Thank you, Ghost Gen. I'm sorry. I don't know what I'd do that to. Hello, Steven. Hello, ICU. Thank you for stopping by. Sorry. Noob mistake. W. Thank you, Steven. Hi, I see you, Ghastly. Ah. We got it early. You got it early. I probably would have let that go for another 30 minutes. I would have let that go for another 30 minutes, man. Let's talk to this guy.
Do you know who the head vampire is?
I love that question. Yo, who's the head vampire? You know, can I like talk to him about my problem? What kind of voice are we going for a Tremere? Because there's only one Tremere in the game, and he is very charismatic, but in a understated way. So I don't really have much to draw from. I guess we just talk pretentiously, like, what are you talking about?
If the head vampire
like
dies,
that,
we all become human again, right?
If he's killed with the holy stake, sure. Interested in purchasing it?
Okay, but first I had another question.
Yeah, bruh.
How about blood transfusions?
Also, if you have enough persuasion, you can totally lie to this guy and scam him. So he's like, if I get a blood transfusion, can I become human? Yes, but it has to be unicorn blood.
Unicorn blood?
Even he's like, what? Oh, there could be vampires, but no such thing as unicorns?
I'll buy it. I'm gonna go get some money.
Hell yeah. So this is just a nice, easy way for both XP and money. This is the sacred stake of truth that we found on the side of the beach. Let's give that to him. Can I talk to you right now, bro? Or do I have to wait? You know what? Let's deal with those thugs up there first. Can I not go here yet? What's my quest? Warehouse being used by the Sabbat. Okay. Oh, I did retrieve the Astrolite. Okay, so I already killed the thugs there. Gotcha. Totally. Yeah. Can you imagine me like, I need unicorn blood to be human? Totally. Yeah. Just shoot that shit up. What? Those are something we like to call thin bloods. Thin bloods are generations so far removed from the original vampires that they no longer have powers and can still digest food on occasion, but are totally defenseless to regular vampires. So they get pushed around by the regular vampire people that are like, you don't get to feed in our territory. And they're just like, oh, come on, man, I'm just a homeless thin blood, man. Help a dude out. Alright. Is there anything I can do for you, Mercurial?
Something just started leaking.
I like how ambiguous you left that. Something started leaking. Do I not have medicine for you? Oh, no, that's not morphine. That's estrogen. Well, guys, let's go on a quest for Mercurio here. We're going to do something we didn't do before. Devious. Hello, Shiloh. Welcome to the stream. Hola. Muchas gracias. Thank you. We're going to go into the hospital here. And we're just going to take a little look around. Blood bank? Wow! How nice. Oh, wait a minute. I'm realizing I probably missed something else I should have gotten. Thinned blood. Okay, yeah, so this was a quest. We talked to this guy before. He was like, yeah, my girlfriend. He's Australian. I don't know how to do Australian accents. He's like, yeah, man, my girlfriend left me. I can't do it. I'm just going to speak regular American. My girlfriend left me, bro. I don't know where she's at. And she turned me into this. So, like, can you, like, help me find her? And then I'm like, okay, I guess. Can I go down here yet? I might need to wait until later, actually. Can I lockpick this? Hey, Perry, good to see you, my fairy friend. How you doing? Oh, we opened it! Yay. I don't always remember where everything is in the hospital, so I like to take a look around. We have not even set foot in the hospital yet. Can I hack this? Freezers. Oops. Let me try that again. Now I want to hack it. Yay! We did it again, guys. We're so good. What's the passcode? Error, contact administrator. Maybe I'm not far enough in the quest yet. I brought the chips. Hell yeah. Are we talking British chips or American chips? Because both are welcome. Both are welcome. Ruffles? Hell yeah. What flavor, bro? Did you get a dip? I'm just lockpicking everything. Now, guys, what's interesting about this game is you don't gain experience from doing things in general, like you would in Skyrim or even Fallout. You get experience from doing quests and succeeding with certain conversations. So, even though the game is heavily combat-driven, it's more about your ability to finish the quests. Uh-oh! We opened the door here, and this girl looks like she's dying.
Please, get a doctor.
I'll see what I can do. Your insides.
My insides. It hurts so bad.
Oh no, Heather. Sorry, I know her name already. This is Heather Poe. I'm gonna talk to her again here. Heather, let me talk to you. Close the door, I guess? Okay, let's try that again.
Can someone call my grandma?
Yeah, she's totally tweaking. She's like, my grandma, somebody stay with me. I can save you. Did I fuck up? Are you dead? You better not be dead. Did I fuck up and you're dead? Huh? I think I fucked something up. I'm checking this out. Did I fuck up? Hello, Luna Wolf. Thank you for stopping by the stream. Okay, let's try that again.
My insides.
Okay, so I'm trying to talk to her again, and normally there's more options, but I'm wondering if I missed something. You know what? Let's just go over here. We'll talk to this guy.
I'm sorry, miss, but you're going to have to...
And this guy's like, you gotta wait. But there's a girl over there, and I think she's going to die.
See here now, I'm the only physician here at the moment. We got twice as many people as usual waiting for treatment.
I forget about this
Get her
part.
as soon as possible. Try to talk to her. Keep her awake.
He's the only physician in the hospital in a city in LA. Are you kidding me? That is twisted.
Sir, can you hear me?
So yeah, he's trying to save this guy over here. Meanwhile, this girl's dying. So we're gonna step in here. And did I mess something up? Since when was the NHS in LA? What's the NHS? I can't seem to get her help. Did I mess up or something? She's like, wait your turn. I'm just bringing my friend who's being treated for some personal items.
Go on back.
Okay, I can't get anyone to help her. Did I mess up? Hello, Heather. Okay, let's do a test here. Is my game glitching? I really hope my game's not glitching. That would be so sad. And I would be really upset. Please, no glitchy. Are you dead? She's not dead, but I can't talk to her. Huh. It's been underfunded for so long that our hospitals aren't super well staffed these days. Oh, Jesus. That's fucked up, dude. I'm sorry. Oh, God. Well, I want to say I wish the best, but I don't know how good that would help. Obviously, it doesn't do anything, but I really hope that sometimes these things improve. American healthcare is... It's not that we are understaffed and don't have the tech. It's so fucking expensive. That's the fucking problem here. Whereas, like, it sounds like over there, I heard it. I don't remember how it is. Please tell me if I'm wrong or whatever. Do you guys, like, get it for free, or is it something that comes out of your taxes, or... This is probably a super boring question for most people. I'm actually legitimately curious, though. Because it's kind of complicated in America. There's all these different branches and all these different types of care that are either federal or non, and it's just a whole bunch of bullshit. All I know is that it's expensive if you want to live, so... Which is why I would rather be a vampire, so I don't have to worry about that shit. You know? Like, vampires don't even breathe, you know? They just, at least in this game. And it's weird, though. I looked this up, guys. Vampires don't get sustenance. They don't get water, anything from that, or food. They don't get intoxicated from any kind of drug or alcohol consumption. They do, however, get intoxicated by drinking the blood of a drunk person or of a person using drugs, right? And then I also looked, do they at least get nicotine? And it said they don't, but I was like, why do some vampires smoke? Because there's artwork of vampires smoking. And I'm just like, why do they smoke if they can't even breathe or don't even breathe? You know? But it's all social. I thought that was very interesting. It's all just to blend in with people and be like, yeah, look, I'm a human, I breathe, and I smoke cigarettes and cigars. Although I think they would prefer not to fake it. I'm worried about going into the hospital. Did I mess something up? But yeah, it comes with taxes, but it's much cheaper than American insurance. Totally, yes.
Please, wait your...
I just want to go to the back. I'm skipping that because I already talked to her. Now is it going to work? Because you should just be able to walk in here and interact with her. Did I already help her? I'm like trying to remember. It doesn't look like I have. Well, now the hospital's just being weird. Will I be able to help her? Is my game broken? I'm like seriously just so tweaking and I don't know. Alright, well, let's see what we can do here. So, we need to get to a warehouse and blow it up. We didn't do that on stream last time. We want to help that other guy find his girlfriend. Oh, we need to check the diner. Okay, that's what it said in the quest. And then maybe we can go pick up some other quests. Thank you again for helping me figure out the audio. I'm sorry about that. Facts. Yeah, dude. But it's just so interesting. They don't even get anything from it. The only reason that they would, besides social blending, is if their I think it was implied it was like this, but if their addiction was so severe that even though they don't get the physical benefit anymore, they need the kind of motory function of just the movement of smoking a cigarette. And if they, and I don't know if it works for drinking, but if they do, they would really have to like rely on some of their blood power or whatever you want to call it to like keep stuff down before they inevitably exhume it, much like they do in Tokyo Ghoul, where they can fake eating and they have to kind of get good at it. But you have to get rid of it eventually. I'm gonna talk to this lady. You ever see any pale, kind of strange types in here late at night?
Is that a trick question?
You see any girls hanging out here? Pale girls?
Pale girls?
Maybe?
Like the Fitzsimmons albino. She hasn't been in here in ages.
An albino? Anyone that maybe tried to drink someone else's blood?
No, I have never seen that.
You ever see a couple in here a few months ago? A surfer guy, pretty girl?
Let me think. Oh yeah, about 4 dozen a week.
You're being difficult, lady. Hold on, we'll ask her about the thin blood.
Is thin blood. Sounds...
Tropical disease. Try to remember, lady!
I know I've heard that before.
Maybe some kind of strange, pretty girl said something about it recently?
Oh, that girl. Nice girl. First decent human being I've seen in here for years.
Okay.
Not like all the junkies and crazies I normally see.
Damn, that's some harsh language,
yeah,
lady.
I remember her. Yeah, weird.
Now, you can come in here as a Nosferatu.
Yeah, she looked so hungry, too.
And this lady specifically will be so scared she'll pass out.
Talking about this and that.
And it's a masquerade violation.
A little scared, so I let her stay in the booth until we closed. She left some stuff here. You seem to know her. Why don't you give it back to her if you run into her?
It sounds great. Thanks a lot. I'll be sure to do that. Alright, I got an experience. So what am I doing? I want to be able to have gunplay at some point. I need a persuasion of 4 before I go to speak to Jeanette and Therese. Because what I want to do, guys, is I want to see if we can save Jeanette and Therese. But that's going to be hard because we're not a very charismatic class. But I am going to be letting those carry me through the early game. I'm going to be trying to talk to people, and if I must, I'll, you know, rip the blood out of their veins. So, persuasion can be scholarship too. Let's get persuasion because maybe we can read a book. No joke, if you have enough research, you can just read some books here and there to increase your stats. And my venture had a lot of research, which helped me a little bit in the early game. Not that it really matters. We're going to look at this lady's photo here, and it says Santa Monica Lily. That's her name. We're looking for Lily, and she left her purse behind at the diner. We've got a couple of knickknacks to sell. By the way, Perry, how are you doing? I know that you've just gotten back. How did you end up getting the new phone? Did you have like a check come in, or parents help out, or? And what'd you get? I'm kind of curious. I'm kind of curious about everything. Oh, you know what? We can have a little sip of blood from this guy right here.
Yes. Is there something I can?
Is there something I can help you with? What are you doing?
Waiting for that blasted tow truck I called an hour ago.
Blasted tow truck I called an hour ago. This guy should be a vampire. Hey, Android gang, nice, bro. Yeah, I have an Android too. Mostly just because of price. Terribly sorry to trouble you. My wallet's been stolen and I need to take a cab.
Oh, I completely understand. Here, take a few bucks. Think nothing of it.
Why, thank
I wouldn't
you.
be surprised if in this neighborhood you were pickpocketed. Anyhow, good evening, and
I actually realized what just happened. He's the one stranded. And we somehow sob-storied him into giving us $20. That's pretty nice. Also, I like my Yo-Ho-Ho Rum and Parrots apps. Oh, your pirate apps? I got you, I got you. I don't really pirate anymore. I used to steal so much, though. Okay, I do a little bit. For, like, emulation. But a lot of the stuff I emulate, I also own. So, it's almost like I just bought the game and did it legally the first place, you know? Alright, so let's go back into the hospital. Yes, that's what I want to do here. So we now have an idea of who we're looking for. We're looking for Lily. Wait a second, did she say where she saw Lily? And a bail bond. Okay, we need to go get the bail bond first. I remember because if we try to do this early, it'll kind of hinder me. So we're just going to go ahead and do the quest the way it wants to be done. Ruthless criminal, yeah. Okay, hear me out. I love to buy my games. I love to own them. I love to have them physical with the manual in the box. But I'm not going to pay $2,000 or $500 for a video game that the company doesn't even, that originally developed it doesn't even profit from anymore. You know? I love abandonware. I love abandonware. I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it. I love when a game just no longer has rights that can be enforced by corporations and governments, and then I can just take it! Because who's gonna stop me? You know? Who's literally gonna stop me? They don't even owe the IP anymore. So, gotta love it. I'm looking for, what's her name? Lily's initials. I think it was, I know that I'm looking for her friend too. There's some bonds here, but I can't remember who I want to see. Bremer Comp. What names are these? S to Z? Toten R. There we go. Immigration. Type of bond, collateral. Go to the Germania, pal. Okay, that's rude. I was just reading what was on the computer. Sorry. I don't think there's any German people in here, but sorry, that's not. I don't reflect the opinions of that email or bond notice. Although, to be fair, making fun of Germans isn't as bad as making fun of some other group of people. At least in my personal opinion. As long as you don't let it get too crazy. I think anyone can be kind of rude to anybody in any kind of way. But, you know, a light rib or two. Oh, you know what? I'm not adventurous, so I could just drink from whoever. I'm going to take a sip from the guy who's having a piss. Imagine if he just kept going after I try to bite him and then it becomes a mess and I'm like, oh god! Is that going to be in Bloodlines 2? Is that going to be in Bloodlines 2? I really hope it is. Also, I like that you can just restart this awesome song by hitting the C button. Alright, wait. What am I looking at? I barely read it. Okay, we found a reference to Rolf Toten in Arthur's Crime Pewter. His car is a red Lightning Bird 77, license reads Guy Coney. Perhaps you could find the car. Gotcha. So we have to go back. We need to look for a car that's red. And look for some information regarding Lily. We're trying to help the Australian Thin Blood, whose GF kinda sorta ghosted him, and now he's like, you turned me into a vampire. I'm doing a fucking Cockney or whatever. I always go back to British. I can't just do Australian. But yeah, he's like, dude, imagine if you got turned into a vampire by the person you thought you were gonna run away and live your life with, and then they disappear on you. They just disappear on you. Alright, let's read this. I met a guy today at the asylum. He's so beautiful. Oh my god. His name is Rolf and he's from Germany. European men are just so classy compared to boring California boys. He asked to see me tomorrow night. I wonder if he's rich. He looks rich. I'm gonna go shopping tomorrow and pick up something that won't make me look like a big fat pig. Can't wait to see him. I think it's getting serious with Rolf. He told me he wanted to give me something very special next week. And if it's what I think it is, it's about damn time. I thought Europeans were supposed to be less uptight about this sort of thing. I woke up at 9 p.m. today. I can't keep my accent straight. That would be strange in itself, except I don't remember going to sleep last night. In fact, I don't remember anything since last Saturday night when Rolf was over. I woke up late again. I haven't eaten anything in 4 days. I don't know what's wrong with me. I love how this went from, like, Mean Girls to, like, oh my god, I'm turning into a vampire. Rolf came over last night. He said the reason I hadn't eaten anything was because I needed blood. He said it was all I could eat now, that I wouldn't feel hungry anymore if I drank some. He had a bag of it from the local blood bank. I tried to refuse, but I couldn't. What's happening to me? And then we were going to scroll down and go to near the end there. He said she has to pay for his bail, and she hasn't seen from Rolf since she paid her bail. Hello, Vanessa. Are you 18 or up? I talked with this guy I met in the Surfside until 5 this morning. When I told him I had to go, I felt like Cinderella. He seemed like a prince. I met that guy from the Surfside again. He has no idea what I am. So this is how she actually met the other guy. So first she got turned into a vampire, ditched by her sire, which is brutal. Because most of the time sires like to manipulate their child into doing their petty whims. But this guy didn't even bother. He just left her in the dust with just a nary idea of what she should be doing, which is drinking blood. And she's like, I haven't eaten, I've only gotten blood one time, you know. And then she meets the Australian guy at the diner, and then she says that he kissed her, and that she had to stop from biting him. and then she hasn't been able to feed ever since that night she bit him. Okay? And the way that this works is you turn people by draining their blood almost until they die and then feeding them some of your blood. If you drink them all the way to completion, they're just dead. They don't turn into a vampire. Biting them doesn't turn them into a vampire. It's a little ritual you have to do to ensure that they can be reborn as their new self, right? So it's like you give me some, and I give you some, you know? I take your life and I give it. You don't just bite them. If you just bite them, you lick it, and then it goes away. And if you drink all of their blood, well, they die. And I think that's pretty self-explanatory. You know, if you don't have any blood, how are you going to keep going? Unless you're a vampire, but you still need it. It's just not running through your veins. Anyway, yeah, so her whole thing is that she ran off with this German guy. German guy left her. Then she sort of did the same thing to a human she met as a vampire. And then she kind of, like, was vibing with it and enjoyed it. But then she felt, you know, she was urged to drink because she hadn't had any in so long. And in the process tried doing what was done to her to save him from the accident of feeding, and then turned him into a thin blood, which sucks because Lily, I think, is a vampire. I don't know if she's a thin blood too. She might be.
Please wait your.
All right. I'm here to. Why do I have 2 persuasion options?
Nobody told me to.
Nobody told me to expect any technicians. Nobody told me to expect any stupid bitches. I wish I could say that. I'm gonna say it.
Ma'am, I'm going to.
Okay. I'll leave. I don't know where to go from there. Let's go in through the back, guys. Let's go in through the back. Hello? Can I save Heather now? Because I was trying to before. Normally you're supposed to just walk in there and help her, but it wouldn't let me. I'm going to try it one more time. I'm going to try it one more time. Can I save you now? Please let me save you. I'll see what I can do. Do I talk to Malcolm now?
It hurts so bad.
See here now. I've got a man. If I could only rest for a second.
I don't know how to save her. Normally I could just talk to her and then I can save her life. Fine, be like that, Heather. Don't let me save you. That's so annoying, though. I don't know how this works. Let's reload the medical clinic. And I don't know if I should talk to her. I think I should just leave her in there.
Please.
And then this time we'll just pick the easier option to persuade. We're going to ignore her and then come back later for her. Picking our way back into the basement. Because there's a computer I want to hack again. Because now I should be able to find Lily. So she disappeared looking for blood at the blood bank. That's what happened last time. And she left her stuff at the diner when she met with the Australian guy. So we have a couple of clues on where she's gone. Ambrosia. Okay, can I please get in? Give me the passcode. 1969. Awesome. Now, we need to look for these freezers over here. I'm just investigating the rooms real quick. We see this little keypad here. It looks like there's blood inside. Oh my god. I'm trying to get in, but it's being difficult. Oh, and here we find her. Now, this scene, I think, is kind of oddly edited. I think that in the process of making this game, some kind of soundtrack was left out of this part.
I need it. A drop of it on my tongue, sliding down my throat.
Now, she's fiending.
In my brain, lighting up my body.
Lightning on my body. I can feel it everywhere. Girl needs blood. Who are you?
Let me go. It's painful, like I'm going to die. It's calling.
And it's crazy because she's not even like some kind of crazy alternative vampire. She's just like a surfer girl that just is losing her shit. That's what I like about this world, is there are vampires that are like what you would expect, kind of high and mighty and formal. And then you have just like certain everyday types of people that just randomly get turned and like they have no idea how to deal with it. Hold still, I'll let you go.
You don't look well at all. Oh, sweet mother of God!
Sweet mother of God! I like how she does that little fun kick off the wall to get some blood. Which she didn't even have to do. She probably could have just jumped on him. But she felt like being extra, I guess.
The heat. It's never been.
Yeah, you enjoy it.
All of it. I drank until I heard his heart stop. And
Now, what she
she
just did, I'll let her finish. Euphoric.
But I've
She drank the last spark of life.
What happened?
In the
What
game,
came
that's
over
not a
me?
thing. But in the lore, if your character reaches max hunger, the only way to sate that is to kill a human or another vampire by drinking all of the blood in one sitting. You have to get all of it. That's the only way you can fully satisfy your hunger most of the time if you've hit max hunger. If you keep it all before max hunger, you don't have to kill anybody. There's ways to get your hunger down. But it's almost like starving for several days and then only having a snack, right? Like you temper it, but then it comes back. It just keeps coming back and coming back, you know? Now, there are ways to do that that probably won't ruin your humanity and make you a bad person. Like, you could probably do that to someone you're in combat with in the game. And the moment someone, as they said, raises a gun to you, that's when they're no longer innocent in the lore. I don't know how that necessarily works, but that's the rules, so. Who are you?
What just happened? It's not who I am. I've never done
Now she's tweaking. She's like, oh my god,
I'm
wait.
not a monster.
All the cool stuff about drinking the blood is gone. I killed somebody. It's alright. Calm down.
I tried to steal some blood. I heard they sold it. I was hungry, and I can't hunt in town. They caught me, and I was trapped. Thought I'd never escape, but...
Yeah, so the big boy vampires caught her, and they were like, you can't eat here. This is for us, you know? Looks like you got your blood all right.
No, I'm not a monster. It was instinct. I couldn't control it. I'm not responsible for my actions.
Sorry. Who are you? I know who she is,
My
but
name is Lily.
that's the options it's giving me. Lily, you're the one that surfer told me about.
E? You know E? How do you know E?
I said I'd help him. What do you know about Thin Bloods?
I tried to tell E about his condition, but he was so furious at me for what I'd made him into, he wouldn't listen. A thin blood, from what I've been told, is a vampire whose blood is weaker than most.
Okay, so she tried to tell him, but he was pissed off, and which I think is a natural response to being killed, technically speaking. Killed and reborn, but, you know, in the lore, the reason a lot of people have an issue with their sires or their parents, so to speak, is that they typically trick them into it, and they're dead, and now they're obligated to serve vampires, and they have to participate in vampire politics when before they were just a person, you know? Because the moment you become a vampire, and if you have powers, there are expectations that are, like, lofted onto you by, like, anyone who's remotely stronger than you or has territory over you. So, because why wouldn't you? You know, you're all a unit that must hide from the humans, and the only way you're going to learn that is by being around other vampires that have been in the game longer, but then they manipulate you and they want to use you, and
Rolf,
that's half the fun of it.
sire, told me some vampires consider thin bloods a bad omen and want them destroyed.
What I love
Rolf wasn't
is
a
the
thin
idea of
blood.
starting off as a
And
small
apparently I am.
runt that gets
I don't
kicked
know
around
why.
and like
Rolf
told what to
abandoned
do.
me. His group wouldn't take me
And then you
on, said I was a
manipulate
liability.
and
He
seduce
left me with
and
so many
kill
questions.
your way to the
And I
top.
did the same thing to E. but
It's
I
just a
didn't
lot
want
of
to
fun
leave
for a
him.
role-playing game, you know?
He forced me out of his life. I should go. I have to
Alright,
get
so
out
we
of
gained humanity back because
maybe
we
out of the
freed
city.
her. You should go see E on the beach. He said he forgives you. He wants to see you.
E doesn't hate me anymore?
No, quite the opposite. You should talk to him.
I'll go see him. Thank you.
You're welcome. Goodbye.
About tonight, what I did, please don't.
I like how
tell
she just
E.
killed someone and we're
It's
being
not
like,
my-
no, you should
I
go
couldn't
back to your
control it.
boyfriend.
I've never done anything like this before. I'm no killer.
I promise, Lily. It's not your fault. You couldn't help it. Goodbye. How many times have I said goodbye? And now the crazy blood bank guy's here.
Go and let that bitch out. There's one less fill in the world.
So normally we can buy blood from him.
Go and eat 'em,
And
huh?
you can always buy blood from him,
No, I'll
but
never get to
there's a
eat
series
any
of
faster
quests
myself. Well,
about getting people to come in
blood for you. No
and
more.
serve their blood. Maybe non-consensually trick them into becoming a blood bank for all the vampires in the city. Because that's what happened to her. She's a thin blood, but they're still siphoning off of her. You're lucky. If I hadn't freed her, her friends were going to shoot up the place.
That's interesting. A missed opportunity. Guns make people cocky. They never appreciate what a skilled hand married to a knife can do. All you have to do is get
He's
close
like
enough to
so
get
obviously psycho. I love how they animated that little
You like to
scissor
talk,
right
don't
there.
you? I want to hear a story. Tell me, what's the best way you violenced up someone?
The best way I've violenced up someone? I'm no killer.
Blood comes from out of the living, from all kinds in a red
And he's not a
torrent.
vampire. This is a
It
normal
is
human
at the speed of a heartbeat. For each
working at a
moment
hospital.
of life
You
shared,
know?
you don't
She's
care
like, I didn't mean to kill
as
him.
long as
I
it
don't
is.
normally kill
You'll be
people.
begging for it.
And this guy's a human and he's like, yeah. Oh, you just gotta snip, get the blood out. He's like so obviously evil. But it's fun to see that contrast of like vampires not being so bad and then humans being worse. And sometimes it's vice versa. Sometimes there are good people in the world that you interact with. And you can still drink their blood, but like, you know. Sometimes there are genuinely good humans. Most of the time, they're terrible. Most of the time, the vampires are terrible. I would say there's very few instances of vampires just, like, being genuine and kind. And the few times they are, it's either out of pity or there is some kind of motivation behind it. Alright, so we saved Lily. Can I help Heather now? Will it let me? Because, like, I was trying to help her before, and I don't know if I actually did that already. I don't think I did. I'm trying it one more time. If it doesn't work, I'm going to be so pissed because we won't have Heather. And, guys, what's really cool? Heather's a big deal. You can turn Heather into a ghoul servant. Which is not as bad as it sounds. Mostly you just drink her blood. Okay, she's like, how do I get out of here? I must have done it already, so we're going on a limb here. We're just going to continue with the game. But yeah, you can tell her to change her look. And Feather, thank you, Davadis the Cantilagu. I'm so sorry, I don't know how to say that. Hello, OnlyCast. Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for stopping by. Alright, what are my quests here? We can't do the serial killer one. That's a late... Oh, let's go back to the beach. Okay, we can turn in the Lily quest, and then we can play with the guy who we lied to about vampire lore. Because we said he needed unicorn blood. Nobody does. Dinny worry. Dinny. Dinny. I won't worry. I got you. I want to start saying that now. Dinny worry. I've just never seen that before. I'm not trying to be rude. Going to the beach. We're going to the beach. Gonna meet the Thin Bloods at the beach. Sounds like something Cola would say. I wanted to ask you something. I saw, while reading some stuff, skint? What's skint mean? Does that mean like sparse? I'm gonna be skint. I'm gonna be sparse. Broke? Oh, okay. I see. I just love learning. I keep wanting to say learning the language, which in a way it kind of is. All right, let's talk to the crazy guy and give him the steak.
Do you have any of those?
Here's the steak. You have $100?
Yeah. Here you go. Now.
No, don't go.
You won't have to live like this.
No, I fucked up. Never mind. Never mind, bros. We have to reload our save. So what happened there is if I give him this steak, he's gonna leave, like, immediately. We don't want that. You know what? We'll just give him all of our blood packs. We can just buy some blood packs later. We'll do it for the quest. Broke. Thank you for clarifying. Dinny? Beach episode? Yeah. But only at night. Only at night, so... You know, that's the real pain of being a vampire, right? Imagine having beach body for all eternity, but no one sees it because they're all fucking asleep. You know? That would suck. And you're just like, well, I guess no one's going to see me being fabulous at the beach. Ever. Which, not that I would know what that's like, but if you're a hot vampire, that would suck. You know? Parasol sorted, exactly. I like to imagine a vampire on the beach, they still have a parasol out. Just to get the vibe, right? And they have like little blood cocktails with those little tiny parasols in them. You know, it would be even funnier, vampires wearing shades at night. Which a lot of them do in this game, but it's usually to, like, obscure their eyes. But it's still kind of funny. We see a lot of characters wearing glasses inside and out in the dark that I'm not sure they really need glasses.
Do you have any of those?
How much unicorn blood do you need?
I'll buy as much as you've got.
I have 3 bags, $360.
I think I have enough for the procedure now.
That's a lot of money. Thanks for the blood. And here's the holy steak that you might want to use to kill the head vampire.
Yeah.
For $100. So we just scammed this man out of $460. Alright, guys. This is a little funny part. Who do we send this guy to assassinate? Do we send him to assassinate the prince? Do we send him to assassinate the rebel leader? Or do we send him to assassinate the President of the United States? I'm leaning towards the latter. But I'm curious what you guys think. I'm thinking the latter, but who should we get him to go after? I heard that if you send him after one of the other two, you can actually see him. El Presidente, got you. We'll just send him after the president. We don't really need it to be super specific.
Hi.
How did it go with E?
This life's been hard on him. Both of us. But he forgives me.
You know how hard it must be to forgive someone who technically killed and cursed you?
It should be okay
and ghosted you?
As long as we're together.
Although, to be fair, he was yelling at her, which is not something to be overlooked. He was not listening to common sense. Hello, Peach. Welcome to the stream. Good luck to both of you. Bye, Lily. So that's nice. And we're going to go talk to E here.
I brought my Lily back. She told me
brought my Lily back.
I don't know why you helped this, but your blood's worth bottling.
Bottling.
Never
Bottling.
Thank you.
You're welcome, E. Keep her safe.
We're gonna be getting out of LA soon. Too dangerous.
Bottling.
Rosa told us something big's about to
Oh
happen.
man,
I don't wanna be here
I
when
have
the
some
cat
new
comes out
thing to
of the
think
box.
of over and over and over and over again now. Rosa's soul. Okay, Rosa's the thin blood Malkavian that like sees the future. And something big's about to happen. And a Jack coming out of the box. Which, now that I think about it, is a great little metaphor. Thank you for the spooky teddy. Thank you. Let's get a little glimpse of him dancing. Aww. This one's also one of my favorites. I like to call him Sada Bear. I should probably change my outfit for this. Let's do this because the text is kind of obscuring it. Okay, but okay, hold on. We can change the well. Can I like? Is there? Is there like a way I can... This is less bad. There we go. I'm sorry. Look at him go. Look at Soda Bear go. I'll turn back around in a moment, I promise. I'm sorry, Soda Bear, for my arm. I'm trying. No, get out of my ass. I'm sorry. Also, my frame rate on my phone's probably lagging a little bit, so sorry for that. I don't know why. Jack comes out of the box. I don't like the sound of that. Goodbye, E. Alright, so we've done all we can here. Now we've got some experience. We have 4 persuasion. We're going to put it into sexy stat. Now we need to go actually talk to Therese. I think we're out of quests here. Sorry. Peach from Mario. El Presidente. Like Baba Black Shep. Yes, Devadas. Thank you again so much for the Soda Bear. I really appreciate it. Look at how cute they are. Look at how cute it is. I love their little jig. I like how they kind of glow a turquoise, tealish color. Dun 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 dun. So looking at him wiggle. I love his little tail. I love his little goofy tail there. He's a cutie on your booty. You gotta get that commissioned. Like this avatar doing a pose. And then the little bear like, woo! Yeah! You know? That'd be fun. I say we. I mean I need to commission that. I'm not telling other people to do that. Alright, now we get to talk to Therese.
Another
no,
scrumptious
Jeanette!
plaything
Sorry.
of life and into my club. You smell new, little girl. Like fabric softener
Now,
on
last
freshly
time...
mowed AstroTurf.
Oh, shit.
Oh, I'm not frightening you.
I want to save her. So let's look up the dialogue options real quick. Because you can do it a very specific way. If you treat both sisters very well and have enough persuasion, which I believe we do, you should be able to save both. I don't know if we're going to do that in this stream, but I just wanted to be able to show that later if I can. There's like a whole Steam guide on how to do it. And I'm having a hard time finding it. Okay, there we go. Hello, Farconer. No, goodbye, Booty Bear. Goodbye, spooky Booty Bear. Hello, Far. Thank you for stopping by. How are you doing? Did you have fun with your game, my friend? Oh my god, I'm trying to move my avatar, but it's being difficult. Oh my god, do you guys see how low my frame rate is on my phone for some reason? What's happening? Okay. So, we're not a Malkavian. Are they separate? Is this only for Malkavian? Bro! It better not be. Okay, well, in the future, we just have to completely complement them, okay? Alright, let's hope we're doing this right. So, yeah, she's asking us if she's frightening us. Frightening isn't the word I'd use. Exciting is more like it.
I can tell you and I are going to get along just like fire hoses.
I always love her. Fire hoses?
When we get turned on, there's bound to be flames.
Thank you. I have no idea how I would even respond to that, like, in person. I'd just be like, yeah. I would, at least specifically her. Although, to be fair, I don't know how I would respond to Riz like that in real life. She got Riz. I know, bro. Who are you? We've met her before, but we're just having fun being our character.
I'm the finger down your spine when all the lights are out. And the name on all the men's
She got Riz.
When I
It's time
pout,
to
the
sleep.
whole
Fair
world
enough,
tries to make
Bartoner.
me smile. And everyone always wants to know who is that girl.
Do you have a name?
I am Jeanette. And this bit of chaos crammed in a certifiable giggle
How'd your game
is
go,
my
Far?
club. I just love to give you funny feelings all night, sweetheart, but I really must
I
travel
know,
to some
she
business.
just like
We'll reunite sweet and
no
soon,
one
I
compares to
promise.
Jeanette Riz. It's hard to resist, you know. I do love how later she reveals that she just is very obviously manipulative with it. Soon can't come soon enough. Goodbye. Yeah, last time when we played the Malkavian, we're like, double-sided face daughter of Janus the Moon! You know? And now we're a little more casual. We're not seeing crazy shit, but we have different powers. And I won't lie, there was someone who's like, oh, another Malkavian in the YouTube comments before, and that, in a way, sort of inspired me to, like, play some other clans, because I was thinking of taking a break and then coming back, but then some guy was like, another Malkavian, And I was like, well, I like the game not just because I'm a Malkavian. It's not the only reason I like the game, it's just one of the reasons I like the game. Although, I totally think Malkavians make the best content for people to, like, watch if you're just watching a stream. Cemetery. Hello, Zombie Dude and Mooney. How are you guys doing today? Hello. Thanks for stopping by. Oh, wait. Do we need to go up and talk to her sister? Yeah, I think we need to go back and actually talk to her sister. Oops. Alright, I'm gonna hit the bed. Yes, sir! I hope you have a lovely evening, Far. Thank you for stopping by. And next time, I hope you don't get sniped and that you can rule the pretty blue skies. Oh, and? Yeah? Aw, thanks for the eye lasers, man. That's very sweet of you. Meow, take that. Meow, 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 meow. Rah! Thank you so much, bro. I hope you have a lovely evening. Oh yeah, do we need permission? Riz her up with your eyes. She won't know what to say. Ha ha ha. I'm on the wagon.
You sure?
I'm sure you do. A big man like you must have lots of talents. As if I would ever sleep with somebody that looked like this.
I get up around 6 o'clock.
I'll be there, Big Cal. But first I need you to tell me where I can find Therese.
Therese? She's upstairs. She said she had business to attend to, but I can hear her and Jeanette bickering from here.
Hello, Storm. Thank you for stopping by. I called earlier. I have an interview for the part-time hostess position.
Damn, I wish it was my job.
So if you're a Malkavian,
Take the elevator over there.
your character will be like, they're inspecting my thong. but for every other character, it's just I'm just trying to be a hostess. I just like how it comes off confident, but it's also, I don't even think they can really, I don't think that the main character Malkavian can control what she says. In a certain sense that she can choose the context, but not the metaphorical nature in which she speaks. Like, obviously, it's written by the players. Hello, Storm. Give me damn. What do you want? Hello, Storm. You having a good day today? Yeah. Yep, awesome. Are you... Oh, you play D&D? That's awesome. Very, very cool. Are you old? Are you 18 plus, though? Because I have the adult filter on, so I just wanted to make sure. I'm 18? Okay, cool. They're fighting again. The ladies are fighting. Oh, God. Oh, this always makes me nervous. I don't like domestic disputes. I don't like them at all. Have you played this game, Storm? Alright, let's talk to Therese, and we are just gonna glaze Therese and try to be good to Therese.
Please,
Just,
come
whatever
in.
she wants.
I do apologize for my sister's crassness if it made you uncomfortable. She's unabashedly scandalous, but in the club business, I suppose that
it looks kind of fun. It's
awesome.
awesome.
Necessary evil.
But it can be very buggy. Okay, so I don't know what to say here. I guess we just demean Jeanette and make her happy? Let's look at the options again. I just want to make sure if we can potentially get out of this. Okay, yeah, so we do have to kind of demean Jeanette and just say what she wants to hear. I'm glad she's gone. You are Therese?
Therese Borman, yes. I'm the proprietor of this club.
I mentioned
and the
this
only
before.
person in this city whose good
This voice
side it's in your
actor's
best
huge.
interest to stay on.
Actress,
What brings you to Santa Monica?
Primarily known, I would say above all, as Mandy. She also is a Zula in Last Airbender. I'm only faintly familiar with that. I haven't watched all of that show. Yeah, so she has that toned down, I think. And this was 2004, and I don't remember when Avatar came out, but it must have been slightly after. Or was it? It's so hard to remember, because I remember like being a young-ass kid and thinking that was the hypest shit ever. I'm like, I'm ready for the next episode. But I only got to see a couple. I need you to call off the feud with Bertram Tongue.
Tongue's exile is self-imposed, I assure you. But then, what reason would I have not to hate that loathsome Nosferatu scoundrel? Bloody Nosferatu. They're so...
And this is the typical vampire response to Nosferatu. If they're not a very open-minded, or disenfranchised vampire, right? So, anyone who is just not a Nosferatu, it kind of dunks on Nosferatu. They're just like, oh god. And like, honestly, they are hideous. Like, they're all just portrayed to be very gross. Their skin's peeling off. They probably literally smell. Which is awesome. Why do you hate him?
He meddles in my affairs. He's a bad influence on my sister, and she on him. If you were in my place, would you let him compromise your authority? I most certainly would not. I'd quite like it if I never had to hear that name again.
What do we say next? Then can you put out the word that you've got no feud with him?
Why would I do that? Let him think I mean to kill him. That way I don't have to worry about him sabotaging everything. Do you realize how his subterfuge makes me look to the Camarilla?
What's next? That's unfortunate, but I do need to see him.
Tongue and his co-conspirators' actions ruined my chance at partnership in a crucial piece of property. I do have several other promising ventures, and one in particular has been, to say the least, an ordeal.
Also, I'm totally, if for on any story I do in this series,
but in return,
there's probably going to be like
me remove a particularly
at least a ghost
spirit
in
from the
it.
property I'm looking to invest
One, potentially more, but I would like there to be lots of ghosts in my vampire story. I'd be willing to put out the word of my grievances. Hello, Mrs. Aria. Welcome to the stream. Let's see. Gladly. What do I have to do?
Rumor is that a personal item of a ghost may be used
gotta
to
glaze
draw
her
it
and
out
make
or
sure that
excise it
she's
from its
happy.
haunt. While I don't put a lot of stock in hearsay, it's my last option. So I want you to go to the Ocean House Hotel, find an item of the spirits, and bring it back.
I'll do it if you promise to call off the feud. Is that what I say next? Yes.
Oh, I fully intend to do so. You'll find that dealing with me on the whole is appreciably more predictable than dealing with some of the egomaniacs that are my peers.
So, Therese
so long as
is
our
with
business
Camarilla.
doesn't go sour, my word
and
is
her
gold.
sister is with the Anarchs. And both of those are two politically different factions. They're like the main factions in the whole series. You have the Camarilla, who are like the vampire law enforcers. And the Anarchs, who are kind of a little more, how do I say it, open-minded and not as strict in their use of law. And they don't necessarily feel that they need the Camarilla to tell them what to do. That's kind of the two sides of the same coin ordeal with the whole series. I can respect that, and I appreciate it. Goodbye.
Before I forget, take this. The only way to
So
reach
we're gonna
the
see if
ocean
we
house
can
this
go
time
run
of
into
night
the
is through
haunted
a
house
tunnel
real
in the
quick.
sewers. You'll need that key to
I wonder
open
if I
the
could
gate
finish
for
this
that
quest
tunnel.
line. One more check of the dialogue here. If that is what it takes to get the job done.
If you'll excuse me, I've
Welcome
got
back from
situations
the
to
dead.
set straight.
Right. Goodbye. I do like how when I play any other character that isn't Malkavian, I don't sometimes struggle to understand the context of my own words. But I like that feeling about the Malkavian, too. Like, that's something that really stuck out to me, is that they sort of word vomit. Not all the time, just that specific version of a Malkavian. Just word vomiting everywhere. And lengthening every sentence by, like, another 5 words. Alright, we need to go to the sewer here. I'm trying not to no-clip everywhere. Can I go to the sewer in the garage here? I actually haven't done any combat yet. This has all been talking. Damn. I'm opening my Streamlabs. No comments. That's okay. Oh, did my game crash? Please tell me it didn't crash. Of course, Storm. Okay, game's back. We're alive. Oh my god, do you see my avatar? Like that? Oh my god, that frame rate is terrible. I would like to, but there is also a lot of improv, and it might be hard. It might be rather difficult to think of things the way that this Malkavian says it, like, off the top of my head. I want to so bad, though. I am just straight up thinking of doing, like, certain characters and quests and just rewriting them to be, like, multiplayer character things. Like, I'm gonna be real. There's gonna be a ghost in it. There's gonna be a ghost somewhere. I specifically made my character so that it would be easier to see ghosts if I was suspecting they were around. And originally my whole idea was that I was going to be like a ghost Malkavian. But then I was like, I don't know how to work that. So then I thought of just something doing a little basic but still weird. And a character that I think will be fun to act out. I would love to, though. So there's a, I've mentioned it before. There's this series, and thank you for asking, it's very nice of you. There's a series I would watch. I haven't watched it in a few days, because I've been all over the place, kind of. It's called LA by Night, and they have 4 characters that all LARP play. Like, they have a tabletop, and they're playing a tabletop, but they still get into LARP. They're all dressed up. It looks so cool. I want to get dressed up. You know, obviously, to some people it might seem really lame, but I think it's cool. And they all have different looks, too. Like, the Nosferatu has a hoodie on, which I'm going to have to make note of that. If you're a Nosferatu and you don't have a hoodie on, you got to think of something, you know? But, then they have a Toreador who talks like this, and she's so elegant, and she always wears something very fancy to all of their events. She is in a relationship with a Vtru who is always using Dominate, and is like, You did not just say that to me. And it's awesome. And then they have like a bleeding heart Bruja who goes on to spiels about like, you know, maybe the dream's not dead. And then sometimes the others, and then boom, the next scene, like the venture guy had to kill 3 guys who were witness to like secret info or whatever. So the vibe, that the tone shift is so much fun. But what happens in one episode is the Nosferatu has to take leave, so they have a Malkavian stand in, and you can either check to have hallucinations and try to get a hint, or if you fail in combat, it might happen as a penalty. So like you could have a vision that might even help you in the future of the game. Yeah, that would be awesome. I'd love to show you. And obviously, I don't expect that we have to act that hard. I don't want to make you seem like we have to do that exact same thing. But it's just fun, you know? It's just fun to get in character and be like, what would my character do? It's like the way better version of what would Jesus do. But instead of some old guy that we don't care about anymore, we're vampires, you know? I guess I should go to the sewer. I think I forgot to go to the ocean house, sorry. But I'll send you one. And there's a fun little moment later where they're allowed to like have fun and improv too. But I wasn't expecting them to throw a Malkavian super early into the game. So that was like really exciting for me as a huge Malkavian fan. And he almost plays like something that people complain about, but it's not quite. He's not so overbearing about it. In fact, I think it's very cute. And he looks like Bam Margera. He has like the fuzzy hair and the beanie and kind of that like loose open top with the t-shirt underneath look. Opera coat. It's a velvet cape. I've been needing an excuse to wear it. Okay, hold on here. I'm gonna make a save. I kind of want to skip ahead and... Oh, I loaded my game. Oops. Oopsie daisy. Oh well. Huh. We're gonna load this save here. I kind of just want to show you the only other Tremere there is. Alright, we're gonna kill this lady as our character. Alright, we're just gonna say, you die now. Who are we playing as? We're playing as my Ventru, gotcha. So I'm just doing this so I can go somewhere else in the game. I activated Fortitude and Presence, and now I literally just punch the shit out of her. I don't even have to, like, be that strong. Although I will say melee combat is just so buggy sometimes. And sometimes, like, it'll link into a combo I didn't even mean to do. I won't spoil what this quest is, but we have to do this so I can get out of here and show you guys someone cool. Because if you want to do that, I have... Can I... Okay. This is a bit extra. But I already have an idea of an outfit I'm thinking about. Maybe. Super simple, except it would have... I'm thinking of buying, like, a super flamboyant, like, rhinestone military hat. And then having my friend do my makeup for me. I think that'd be a lot of fun. And then maybe if I'm feeling extra, I can even get the vampire teeth. And what's crazy is... I want to learn how to do the tie because you can buy different ties with cufflinks that come with the clans on them. And I'm like... Ooh. I don't even know how to tie a tie, but that would be kind of cool. Bro, have fun with it, man. Why not? Well, I'm thinking about it. I just don't know how to do makeup myself, but I'm thinking of having my roommate do it. And so the reason I want to show you this character is because you said you have an opera coat. That sounds awesome, by the way. Did you do opera? Did you do singing of some... Like, how did you come across the opera coat? Was it just a cool purchase? Was my nan's? Oh, that's awesome. I was just really curious about how you came across that. Well, I think that's a really nice find. You know what? I'm gonna end the stream in a moment because I accidentally loaded my save there and all that. I want to show you guys the Tremere Primogen. Primogen? I'm playing Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. It's a vampire RPG from the early 2000s. Let me show you this absolute Chad. If it weren't for some of the other characters, okay, so this is a character that I always thought was cool, but I almost saved. I don't really need to save here. I always thought this guy was cool, but he's like really warming up on me. Like, he used to just kind of be a character I would interact with, but the more I talk to him, the more I play, the more I'm starting to like him over some of the characters I previously liked. Look at this guy right here. Look at that coat, bro. And he's wearing red shoes. Bro is all in red. He is so... Oh my god. Look at that. With the tall collar, too. And rocking the bald. With a fireplace.
Hello, neonate. How can I be of assistance?
He do be looking extra, but nice. But yeah, I wanted to show you that, Ghost Gen, because, you know, I thought that was a fun idea. Could be a Tremere. You don't have to be a Tremere to dress like this, though. I think that this is a Strauss thing. This is Maximilian Strauss. He is the only other Tremere in the game besides the player character. And he serves the Camarilla, but he's sort of like a Littlefinger character from Game of Thrones, where he's sort of helping his best interests above all else, right? That's just the super simplified character summary of this guy.
Of course.
Of course. I love his voice. And this eerie music. And also, we can say goodbye to him here. Let me see if I can do this right. If we try to go to the opposite direction, we end up back in front of his room. So he has like redirection teleportation magic too. Like, this guy is just overpowered. I just wish we got to see him do stuff besides talking. We see him in the beginning of the game. So what I love about Strauss is, like, he doesn't have time for even vampire flirting. Like, one of the more attractive characters, like, blows him a kiss in the beginning of the game, and he just puts his hand up. No. He's got that Sigma incel energy. Although he's way cooler than an incel, but it's just fun to call him that. It's just fun to call him a Sigma incel. But yeah, that is no time for thoughts. Only time for blood magic and manipulation. That's why I love him. He's so driven to secrecy. And I believe one of the... No, I shouldn't talk about endings and alternate endings and stuff. I'm going to end it early here because I was just sort of chilling. I didn't even actually use any combat now that I think about it. I just sort of walked around and talked about the lore. So sorry about that. One, because I do want to play, and two, because, like, look at my avatar's frame rate right here. This is me moving in real time. I think my phone is going to crash, guys. I'm surprised it hasn't already. So, thank you all so much for stopping by. If you'd like the game in a moment, Ghost Gen, it'd be an honor. The opera code is an awesome idea, and I totally support that, but I'm talking a lot. And I could message you about that later. I think it would be awesome. I'll see you guys later. I hope you have a good evening. I'll send you a video of that group. And... oh, okay, before I go, one more thing. I wanted to talk about the Malkavian because there's a scene where he and the Bleeding Heart Bruja, they cut back to them because sometimes the narrator will do two stories at once. That guy is so talented, and he's got a great voice too. So he's got two characters going this way, and then Malkavian and Bruja talking to each other. Bruja being like the tough rebel, Malkavian being Malkavian. And it cuts back to them, and he's like, and then we go back to Xander and Annabelle. And then they go like, all right, the Malkavian goes like, I would kill Keanu Reeves from Bram Stoker's Dracula. I can't remember what one of them was. He would fuck somebody else, and then he would marry Nadia from What We Do in the Shadows. And that was like an in-character improvisational joke. I just thought that was a lot of fun, you know? Like, we don't have to burden the game with that, but it's also not a terrible idea to just be like, yeah, we live in the real world, except the world is more fucked up and has monsters, you know? I thought that was a cute little reference. So, yeah. Although, but then I think the other girl was like, no, but I would switch around Nadia and the other. I would fuck Nadia, but then I would marry the other guy. But I can't remember what the third vampire reference was. Anyway, that was that little thing. I'll see you guys later. Have a good evening. My phone is about to crash. Bye. Thank you. And Ghost didn't give me like a couple of minutes in the game. Bye.